Anything?
You just
Okay.
click here.
Okay. Good.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Now it is recorded.
Okay. Later on, because that will come to your computer, I think. Later, you can send me.
I'm recording in the cloud, so I can download and upload.
Yeah, you can send me a copy later. Okay, that's fine. So, with your kind permission, we will begin.
Yes, please, Guru Maharaj.
Please.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Sit here a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you. Okay. I will begin by reciting a few short prayers, and then we'll speak a little bit, and then. Donc on fait ça en anglais, hein? Ça va?
Ça va bien.
On fait ça en anglais. Ça va, hein? Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It will be good for the majority of people.
On peut être bilingue aussi. Bilingue, en français et en anglais.
Oh, okay, it sounds the same.
Oui, la même chose, mais en français puis en anglais. OK, on va voir comment ça va aller. Hare Krishna. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyachadesha Tarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Sri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Haribo.
So today is a very auspicious and special day in many ways. Actually, whenever someone gets the great fortune to come in contact with devotees, then it means one gets the opportunity to learn about Krishna and to ultimately surrender one's life to Krishna. So many conditioned souls in the material world, by Prabhupada's mercy, have gotten this opportunity. For example, some few years back, it was in Jagannath Puri. Now we're going to Jagannath Puri for a few minutes. It was in Jagannath Puri. We will jump from one dham to another, from Mayapura dham to Jagannath Puri dham. It was in Jagannath Puri Prabhu that Vishnu Ratha Prabhu got initiated. Isn't it? What year was that?
2014.
Wow.
2014, yes.
Senor Devo.
And I'm thinking of Jagannath Puri today actually because all of the Gurukul boys here have gone for a Jagannath Puri Dham Yatra. They all went by train, and they will be there for a few days. So the day of initiation is always very special, should be, because it is that day where we are making that formal connection actually with the devotees of Krishna consciousness in a more, we could say, official way by by in public, in the presence of other devotees, and of course generally we have a fire yajna, but in this case the fire yajna will be, of course, you were mentioning in Mayapur also after a few days at a very special place also. Prabhupada's Bhajan Kutir, right? Yeah. So these the day of initiation is most significant. One generally needs to prepare oneself for at least many months, if not many years, because it is a very major decision naturally in our life. And just 2 days ago, I had the opportunity of actually giving initiation to one devotee online that was in Africa. You might have seen it, yeah.
French?
That was, so in one sense, modern technology is not all that bad. It enables us to contact and communicate with people even very far away. So the idea is that all of us, we have been, we say, loitering. Loitering means we've been wasting our time in this material world for so many lifetimes. And most of those lifetimes, we were totally covered by the mode of ignorance, knew nothing about what the purpose of life is, etc. But by the grace of devotees, in our case, especially by the preaching efforts of our founder, Acharya Srila Prabhupada, not only during his lifetime did many people take initiation, but that initiation process continues today. Actually, without receiving the holy name and the association of devotees, it's practically impossible to fight against Maya, because Maya is very, very powerful. So especially if one is fortunate to stay in the holy dham like Sridham Mayapur. How many years now in Sridham Mayapur you're staying? 2, 3 years?
3.
3, huh? 3, yeah, 3 years. So even to stay one day in a holy dham, one is most fortunate, what to speak of 3 years. Non-stop, practically speaking also. And especially a holy dham like Sridham Mayapur, which is considered the, just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the Yuga Dharma for the sage of Kali. And because he has appeared in Mayapur, so Mayapur is like the Yuga Dham, we could say, for the sage of Kali, one very important, most important dham. So anyways, Krishna is very kind to give anyone the opportunity to be in Mayapur. I can say that personally because I was also I also got that wonderful opportunity to spend many years in Sri Mayapur. I don't know how that happened, but definitely it was mercy. uh, without leaving for many years, and of course, um, even if we leave the holy Dham, as we are taught by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this process of Krishna consciousness is so wonderful. We should carry also the holy Dham within our hearts. Once the question was asked, where is Vrndavan? So the answer given is that Vrndavan, or we could say Mayapur also, Vrndavan or Mayapur is where the heart is. Where our heart remains, that place is like Vrndavan and Mayapur. So devotees learn to actually live in the holy Dham, even when they are not, even when they are not physically there, because living in the holy Dham is not something physical. It is something depending on the consciousness, isn't it? That's why it is nicely explained how the pure devotee of the Lord, even though he may travel extensively all over the world, this was in describing Vidura. Vidura had the wonderful opportunity of visiting many holy dhams, and so a devotee of that caliber, he is like a walking tirtha, walking holy dham. So this is the kind of consciousness that we can develop, that we are meant to develop. And of course, sometimes people never get opportunity to visit India, to visit Mayapur, Vrindavan. But when one receives the holy name, when one takes shelter of the holy name, everything is contained within the holy name, including Mayapur Dham, including Vrindavan Dham, including Jagannath Puri. These are the three prominent main dhams for the Vaishnavas. So therefore, Prabhupada instructed, wherever we go, we should create that mood or that atmosphere of Vrindavan Dham, Mayapur Dham, Puri Dham, so that in this way, wherever we are, because like now, I'm mentioning this because you're going back to Canada very soon.
Yes.
So after spending 3 years in Mayapur Dham, going back to Canada will be a little bit of a culture shock. But if one takes nicely shelter, continues to take shelter of the holy name, of the process of devotional service, then even a place like Canada can also become transformed in a holy dham, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So Prabhupada used to explain that wherever there are devotees, wherever there are activities of devotional service, wherever there's the chanting of the holy name, that place is actually Vaikuntha. That place is Vaikuntha. Our goal as devotees actually is to return to the spiritual world, to back home, back to Godhead, isn't it? That's our motto that Prabhupada has given us. So the wonderful thing about Krishna consciousness is that we can go back home even before going back home. We can experience the spiritual world. Spiritual world, Vaikuntha, means that place where there is no anxiety. So a devotee is someone who, by practicing Krishna consciousness, taking shelter more and more of the process of devotional service, then he becomes less and less fearful, because he's learning to completely depend on Krishna, isn't it? Bhaja mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. That song is nicely explaining when one takes shelter of Krishna, then one no longer is fearful. So you are very fortunate to, I remember the early days in outside of Montreal, I forget the place now, where you were beginning to come in contact. It was like, actually all of us, it's like that, different degree. It's like a new world, discovering a new world, isn't it? Discovering Krishna is discovering a completely new world, a new way of understanding, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, a new way of eating also. Eating everything, yeah. And it is, of course, wonderful. This is what has been made possible. We should never forget, by the great sacrifice made by Srila Prabhupada, and that preaching effort of one person way back in 1965 has now, we can see the wonderful results. That means that all of us, although we are not in any way on the caliber of Srila Prabhupada, but if we make a little effort, whenever it is possible, to introduce others to Krishna consciousness, then that is called the para upakar, isn't it? Para upakar, the highest welfare activity that we can actually perform for people. So in Mayapur, you've been, I think, pretty active, especially with prasadam distribution, no? And have you been going out on Harinam sometimes?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
More into class
More,
with Bhakti,
okay.
Swami.
Yes, yeah. So now that you will be taking formal initiation, how many years you have been chanting now? 3 years, no more.
Or 5.
How many? About 5 years, huh? Yeah. You started chanting before coming to India.
I started chanting before getting married, yes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, about 5 years ago. So anyone who has spent, as you have, a good amount of time in Sridhar Mayapur, then even though you will be physically leaving Mayapur, I'm sure you will carry within your heart so many wonderful memories of Sridham Mayapur. And because you have spent these years in Mayapur, now it becomes your duty and responsibility also to, when you will leave Mayapur, to share the glories of Mayapur with as many people as possible. Because actually, I have some god brothers in Canada who have never come to India.
Wow.
Somehow, yeah, they would have liked to come to India, but somehow they never got this opportunity. So many people, I'm sure, in different countries, although they have that desire to come to the Holy Dham, may not get the opportunity. So, so those who somehow have received this great mercy, then upon leaving not only the Holy Dham, but India in many ways is a Dham. India is known as, the land of Dharma, isn't it? The land of Dharma. In the Shastra, in so many places in the Vedas, it explains how to be born in India. To be born in India is something very special. It's a great fortune. So because you're taking initiation in India, it's like being born in India also. Yeah. So that is something very, very unique and very special. And therefore, Prabhupada would often quote this very important instruction that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, Bharat Bhumite Hoila Manusya Janamaza Janma Sartak Kori Kora Para Upakar. Especially those who are physically born from mother and father in India, or those who receive initiation in India, like you today, then they have two responsibilities. First responsibility is to endeavor to make our life perfect by taking more and more seriously the process of Krishna consciousness. And of course, by taking initiation, it means we are shortly will be taking these vows and promising to to be very faithful in following Krishna consciousness. That's number one. And secondly, this verse is nicely explaining that in addition to endeavoring to advance ourselves in Krishna consciousness, then we should be engaged in helping others as much as possible. That is called the para upakar. We, in different ways, the initial way in the Western country was by distributing books, distributing prasadam. Of course, these things continue. Whenever opportunity will be there, it's part of our duty and responsibility, because we are representatives of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. So it is, I should also mention, I should also thank actually Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, who I think made this possible for you to be in India all these years. It's a big sacrifice in many ways. And of course, he has come to India, but he definitely did not stay as long as you do, as you did.
I'm very, I'm blessed.
So, yes. and also I want to thank the devotees in Mayapur. I don't know. In the last 3 years, I think I only came once or twice to Mayapur in very short time. Also, but I know that there's some special devotees who were very helpful to you in different ways, and I definitely would like to thank them for giving you different kinds of support, so that you can so that you could practice nicely your Krishna consciousness. And of course, I want to thank Vishnurata Prabhu and Mataji, who are also helping in different ways, making this telecast possible today. So like this, actually, without the blessing, the devotees, we cannot do anything, actually. Therefore, we should always be seeking out the good association of devotees. We should always be thankful and be grateful that devotees are there to help us in different ways. And so in this way, Krishna, yes, has been very merciful to you to spend that much time. And I'm sure he will continue, even though you may not physically be in Mayapur for some time. We don't know for how much time. But I'm sure that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will continue to give his blessings to you more and more. So, Vishnurata Prabhu, I think
Yes.
you're in, yeah. So I'm thinking that we are entering the time now where it is auspicious time that one can receive initiation, is it not?
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Now it's the Bhutan.
Yeah. So, as we normally do, where is this taking place now? In the place where you're staying, your apartment?
The fire?
No, where are we right? Where are you right now?
At home. At home.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
okay.
place.
Okay, your place. Yeah, okay. So already you have altar in your home. You have Giriraj in your home, I think, right?
Yes, can you show the altar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I can
At
have
the
darshan.
time.
So it's very similar to whenever there is Diksha, initiation, one takes the vows in front of the deities, in front of the devotees. The only thing missing today is a fire yajna, but that will be coming very soon.
Yes.
In the future, as you mentioned. So I also, before closing on this short presentation, I humbly request those devotees who are present, or those who might be hearing or watching this later on, that since none of us can actually progress or advance without the blessings of other devotees, so my humble request is that those devotees present in their hearts, in their mind, can give their blessings to you, so that you can continue to advance nicely in Krishna consciousness. One last point, which should always also be mentioned at the time of initiation are actually from the moment of initiation, when we accept formal initiation, we get like a new opportunity actually to make rapid, I would say, to make rapid advancement. Because what is normally preventing us, what is stopping us from advancing in spiritual life are all of the different, this heavy karmic load, karmic reaction that we carry. That is taken away actually at the moment of initiation. And therefore, if one nicely follows the principles of Krishna consciousness, if one nicely chants the prescribed number of rounds, then one can actually make very rapid advancement in Krishna consciousness. So I would like to, I guess, who's having the Japamala right now? The beads, who has the beads?
Yes, we have it, Guru Maharaj. We put in the front of the altar.
Okay, very good. So what you should do actually, you should first offer your obeisances to the deities on the altar, and then to Srila Prabhupada, and then you come back and sit here before taking your vow. You can do that now?
Yes.
Yeah.
First you offer obeisances.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you. I thought Vishnu Raj. Okay, I take the bead.
No.
No.
Offer obeisances.
To the deity first.
Yeah. That's why it's important to have witnesses.
You're here.
Yeah. Normally we begin with Prabhupada and then the deities.
Yeah, now it's Prabhupada.
Yeah.
I think
It's just like a temple.
Just offer.
You have a temple in your home.
yes.
Very good. Okay, and after offering obeisances, you can come back and take your seat. Yes. Okay.
Now
Yeah.
Yes. Now back to yes. Okay. So now I will ask you, what are the 4 rules and regulations? You can tell in English or in French. Up to you.
no intoxication, no illicit
Okay.
sex,
Yes.
no gambling,
Yes.
no meat eating.
Yes. Okay. And every day, what is the minimum amount of rounds you will chant?
16 minimum.
16 minimum.
Yes.
And what will be the maximum?
No maximum.
No maximum.
Unlimited.
Okay.
Unlimited.
You have the right answer. You have the right answer. Okay, so Vishnurata Prabhu,
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
you will be handing the beads in a few seconds.
Yes,
Okay,
now
okay.
I'm giving it to you.
Okay, yeah. So as I tell you your initiated name, Vishnurata Prabhu, he will be my extended hand. He will give you the beads. Yeah. So your French name, Geneviève, do you know what the meaning of Geneviève is?
No.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Some
Anyways,
say-
I also don't know. It's okay. Anyways, you can forget about that name now.
Wow.
Because you're getting a new name. So of course, we've been in Mayapur for some time, and somehow devotees arranged to call you by one name, Jahnavi, which is a very nice name, of course, because very close to Mayapur, there is Jahnavi. There's Ganga is there, yeah.
Wow.
So
I'm warm.
your initiated name is Jahnavi Priya Devi Dasi. Jahnavi Priya Devi. So may you always receive the mercy of Mother Ganga.
Oh, Jahnavi.
She's crying, Kumar. She's crying.
These are cries of ecstasy. I hope. So Krishna is very kind. Actually, these beads that you're receiving, these are beads that we took. Prabhupada, we have Prabhupada Murti in Hibri, and so Prabhupada was chanting on these beads also.
Wow, Baba. And he's smiling. Yeah.
We had no other beads actually, and yeah, you sent beads actually all the way from Mayapur, and then somehow those beads came to Hibri, the ones you sent from Mayapur. After a few days, somehow there was no connection. They went back to Mayapur. So time was running short, and the only beads we had were Prabhupada's beads. So you're now getting. So you're getting special mercy today, Prabhupada's mercy. So again, I hope you're going to be having a feast today. Did anybody cook something?
Yes,
Did
big
anyone
feast.
cook? Big feast. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Big
Okay, very
feast. I
good.
was waiting after initiation for offering.
Okay.
I was waiting after that.
Yeah. So, what is your departure date from Mayapur?
If everything is good, it will be September 26th.
26.
Yes.
Okay.
The law in Canada is always deciding on the 21st.
Oh, okay.
So I'm,
Yeah. So if they don't change, you're flying on the 26th.
yeah, maybe they change again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, if it is not 26, it will be another date. Whenever you go back, I wish you, if you're going back this time, it's within a short time from now. Wish you a safe journey back to Canada, and I'm sure you'll be happy to see your old friends, and your old friends will be happy to see you also.
Jahnavi Priya.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. There, I have no words for sharing the gratefulness.
Yes, yes. That is, everything is Prabhupada's mercy, Krishna's mercy. So continue as you're doing, chanting, serving nicely, and Krishna will always be there to protect you.
It's my desire to be always more chanting, more serving,
Yes,
always surrounded with devotees
yes,
and share the association
yes.
only.
Very good. Okay, so I'm very happy that Krishna has arranged for this initiation today. And once again, thank you to the devotees who have helped in different ways. And I will, I think, close now with your kind permission. And
Hare
all glory to Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Jai.
Haribo.
Bhakti Raghava Swami
Is there even-
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
At least one time we can, at least one time all together we can chant the holy name. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Two more times. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai,
Jai Samasta Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki,
Jai.
Gaura Premanande.
Jai,
Okay,
Jai,
okay.
Raghava Swami ki Jai.